Woman who is secretly attracted to you always shows these 7 signs. Modern Stoic. The greatest thing you'll ever learn is just to love and be loved in return. Eden Abez. Have you ever caught a woman looking at you in a way that made you wonder, is there something more here? Attraction isn't always spoken aloud, and often it's conveyed through the smallest of gestures. Women can be secretive about their feelings, but sometimes those feelings are written in the body language and behaviors they unknowingly display. In this video, we'll dive into the subtle signs that a woman might be secretly attracted to you. 7 indicators that might change the way you understand the people around you. Attraction isn't always obvious. Sometimes, it's the little things, how she glances at you, the way she interacts when you're near, or how her actions change when you're around. Women often communicate their feelings non-verbally, and if you're not paying attention, you might miss these key signs. But once you know what to look for, you'll have a much better understanding of what's happening beneath the surface. We'll explore 7 major signs backed by psychological research. These subtle clues are not coincidental, but rather meaningful signals of someone's true emotions. Understanding these signs is more than just recognizing attraction. It's about gaining insight into the secret language that speaks louder than words ever could. Imagine the power of being able to read these non-verbal cues. It could transform the way you approach relationships, interactions, and even your own social instincts. We're about to break it all down, so sit back and pay close attention to these signs, which can help you respond with confidence and understanding. If you enjoy this content, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Make sure you don't miss out on future videos by clicking the notification bell. Let's jump into it. Sign number 1, the lingering glance. Don't ignore it when she looks at you longer than necessary. That lingering glance. It's not a mistake, not a casual glance, and definitely not a coincidence. If a woman is holding your gaze just a little longer than what feels comfortable, pay attention. This is one of the clearest signs that she is secretly drawn to you. The lingering glance is subtle, yet powerful, and it's one of the easiest ways for her to communicate her attraction without saying a word. Eye contact is one of the most primal ways humans connect, and in the context of attraction, it's even more telling. When a woman locks eyes with you and holds the connection for an extra beat, it's her way of signaling interest. It's a delicate dance. She is not only trying to gauge if you share her interest, but also building an unspoken connection. Research shows that prolonged eye contact fosters feelings of closeness, and when your eyes meet with hers, your brains are sending signals that spark intimacy. This is the blessing of Stoicism in modern life, being able to remain calm and composed, yet attuned to the signs of human connection. It's not just about the act of eye contact itself, but also about what happens in her body. The brain is wired to respond to attraction, and your eyes aren't the only part of your body that reacts. Her pupils might dilate, signaling to you that she's genuinely engaged and interested in what you're saying or doing. This involuntary response might be subtle, but it's a clear marker of attraction. But don't get too caught up in the science. The real point here is that the lingering glance is your cue to notice, to tune into something deeper happening between you two. This is her way of reaching out, even if her words remain unsaid. Now, don't be oblivious. When you catch her eye, observe more than just the glance itself. Often, this lingering stare comes with other small signs: a soft smile, slightly raised eyebrows, or a head tilt that invites you to engage. All these body language cues complement the lingering gaze, creating a silent message: I'm intrigued by you. Do you feel the same as a modern Stoic? You must embrace this moment with calm attention. Stoicism teaches us to not act impulsively but to observe the present situation with clarity. This is your chance to take in the moment, gauge her interest, and make the next move, subtly, confidently, and with poise. You don't need to rush or jump to conclusions. The lingering glance is an invitation, but it's one that requires a measured response. If you recognize these signals and respond with your own version of eye contact, perhaps even returning a knowing smile, you're not just acknowledging her attraction. You're engaging in a deeper, more meaningful interaction. It's a dance of give and take, of silent communication that reveals more than words ever could. This isn't about playing games. Instead, it's about recognizing the subtle ways a woman may show interest. The old Stoic would tell you that patience and perception are key. Be aware of what's around you and what's in front of you, without rushing to conclusions. The lingering glance, when you notice it and understand it, can open doors to deeper conversations and potential connections. Don't let this moment slip by without paying attention. Trust the signs. Sign number 2, the delicate touch. Have you ever felt that sudden, almost imperceptible brush of her fingers against your arm? Or perhaps a playful nudge, casual but meaningful. When you're talking, it may seem like an innocent gesture, but if you're paying attention, these small acts of touch are far from random. They are signals, silent and powerful, in the intricate dance of attraction. In the world of modern Stoicism, we understand the importance of controlling our impulses, of maintaining emotional balance, but don't let that fool you. Stoic lessons also teach us to recognize the subtle, unspoken cues that others give us. And if a woman is attracted to you, her touch is one of the most effective ways to communicate this. She doesn't need to say anything because she's already telling you everything with a gentle pat, a soft nudge, or a brief graze. What is the meaning behind this? That's right. When she touches you, it's not just about physical connection. It's about breaking barriers, making you feel more at ease. It's a subtle invitation to draw closer, to get comfortable. Touch, as part of the silent language of attraction, is deeply profound. It's a gesture that reaches beyond mere words to convey something more meaningful. I trust you. Research has shown time and again that a simple touch can establish trust and increase emotional intimacy. This is especially true when the touch comes from someone you're interested in. A brief brush of the arm, a playful poke, these aren't accidents. They are invitations for closeness. The closer she feels to you, the more likely she is to express this through touch. And in a world that often values Stoic self-reliance, it's essential to understand that not every moment has to be marked by a rigid separation. The blessing of Stoicism is not about keeping others at arm's length. It's about managing those moments of closeness, recognizing the opportunity to bond. Why touch matters in attraction. The act of touch is so much more than a mere physical sensation. It's a mechanism for creating deeper intimacy. In the same way that Stoicism helps us build emotional resilience, it also teaches us to understand the deeper currents of human interaction. The act of touch can release oxytocin, the so-called bonding hormone. This hormone helps build trust, calms anxiety, and encourages a sense of safety. Think of it as an invisible thread that ties you both together. As that invisible thread strengthens, the connection between you becomes more intimate, more genuine. It's not just the touch that matters, it's the emotional safety and trust it conveys. When she touches you, it's not just about proximity. It's about trust, comfort, and the beginning of something more. She's letting you know that she feels safe around you, that she's open to a deeper connection. But don't mistake this for mere flirtation. It's a subtle yet powerful invitation to something more meaningful. Don't be afraid to respond. Stoicism doesn't teach us to shut down these gestures. It encourages us to recognize them, to understand their meaning, and to use them as tools for building deeper, more meaningful relationships. So what do you do when you feel the touch? You mustn't overthink it. The key to responding to these gestures lies in understanding their purpose. If she's touching you, it means she wants to close the space between you, to make you feel comfortable with her. It's an opportunity. You don't need to move quickly, but you also shouldn't ignore these signs. A gentle touch may be the very moment she's showing you that she's ready to be closer. You must embrace this opportunity. Use it to build trust. Use it to connect. In the same way that Stoicism teaches us to embrace life's challenges with calm and control, it encourages us to see the beauty in these quiet moments of connection. Don't rush. Let the touch lead you to understanding. By recognizing these signals, you are opening the door to a bond that could grow beyond what you initially expected. In the grand scheme of things, the delicate touch is a powerful tool in the dance of attraction. You can't ignore it, and you shouldn't dismiss it as insignificant. In fact, it's one of the strongest signs that she's drawn to you. Be aware of it, understand its meaning, and you might just find yourself standing at the threshold of something deeper, where the lessons of Stoicism and the warmth of human connection converge. The blessing of Stoicism is not just in personal growth, but in recognizing these moments when another person offers you the opportunity to connect. Don't miss it. Sign number 3, unsaid praises. In the world of attraction, some of the most powerful signs of interest are conveyed without a single word being spoken. Have you ever felt someone's admiration for you, even when no direct compliment was given? It's the unspoken praise, the subtle gestures, the way she smiles or nods, or how she acknowledges your actions without saying a word. This kind of admiration doesn't just flatter you. It builds a relationship, a deeper connection that goes beyond any verbal compliment. It's a way for her to show her interest without having to say it outright. By recognizing your strength, character, and accomplishments in a subtle and skillful manner. These unspoken compliments often manifest through small gestures like a soft smile, an appreciative nod, or a meaningful glance, all without the need for words. This silent admiration might not be obvious at first, but it holds an invisible power that forges a stronger bond based on respect and genuine feelings. These nonverbal cues are her way of recognizing and appreciating the details that make you who you are, without needing to confirm them through spoken words. When a woman admires you without expressing it directly, it's more than just flattery. It's a profound acknowledgement of your qualities, your actions, and your attitude towards life. These moments may be easy to overlook, but if you're sensitive and attentive, you'll recognize them, and that respect will lay the foundation for a lasting connection. In modern life, the principles of Stoicism teach us that respect and admiration don't need to be expressed through words. As Marcus Aurelius once said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injustice." Similarly, the greatest form of recognition doesn't come from word, but from actions and attitudes. What we can control is how we act, how we embody strength, and how we respond to life's challenges. Stoic principles help us recognize the value in these small moments, the actions that go unspoken, because these are the true reflections of who we are. When a woman admires you through her silent gestures, she is acknowledging your worth without needing to say it. These actions, though small, carry great weight because they represent a deep respect for what you've accomplished and what you stand for. Never underestimate the power of these unspoken compliments. Recognize that these are the true signs of genuine interest, not superficial praise. They may not always be immediately obvious, but they will guide you toward deeper relationships and stronger connections. These silent moments, when she looks at you, understands you, and admires you without saying a word, are where true feelings are revealed. The Stoic principles of life help you recognize and value these moments, as they embody respect, understanding, and profound connection. Pay attention to them with awareness and appreciation. Let these unspoken compliments become the key to building authentic, meaningful relationships. When you apply Stoic principles in your daily life, not only will you become stronger, but you'll also learn to identify and value these small but incredibly significant signs. Silent gestures are powerful evidence that you've succeeded in building a relationship based on mutual respect and understanding. Never forget that true strength isn't just in words, but in the actions and attitudes you display, even in moments of silence. If you found this valuable, make sure to like, comment below, and share it with someone who could benefit. Don't forget to subscribe for more wisdom on relationships and attraction. Comment to remember. I notice the little things that matter. Sign number 4, the lively discussions. When a woman is genuinely attracted to you, she will make sure you know it through lively, engaging discussions that go beyond the mundane. It's not just about small talk or surface-level exchanges, no. She'll want to dig deeper, to connect on a level that reveals more than just casual banter. This is where you'll see the beauty of a modern Stoic in action. She isn't just talking for the sake of talking. Her interest is rooted in something more meaningful. And these conversations become the very tool she uses to bond with you. Don't mistake this for mere politeness. It's a sign that she sees something worth exploring in you. You must understand this when a woman is interested. She won't shy away from probing into your world. Expect her to ask about your passions, your dreams, and maybe even your past. She'll share bits of herself too, letting her guard down just enough to reveal her own stories. A lively conversation with her is like a dance, both of you moving through topics that foster understanding and emotional connection. This is no fleeting exchange. It's an investment, a demonstration of her desire to get closer to you. The blessing of Stoicism here lies in the art of listening and engaging thoughtfully. Her goal isn't just to fill the silence. She wants to connect, to make you feel heard and understood, and perhaps to understand you better. Don't confuse her attention to detail with something superficial. It's not about her having all the answers to your questions. It's about her willingness to keep the conversation flowing, to create space where both of you can exchange and grow. Research has shown that deep, meaningful conversations foster emotional intimacy, and the more she engages with you in this way, the stronger your bond becomes. Be aware of the nuances in her tone and body language as she listens intently and responds with warmth. This is a clear indication that her interest is not just passing, it's something real. The old Stoic might say that words carry weight, and in this case, they do. They build the foundation of a connection that could lead to something truly remarkable. What you need to do in these moments is simply participate. Dive into the conversation, share your own thoughts, experiences, and stories, and watch how she reacts. Her enthusiasm will be evident, and the more you open up, the more she will too. Every question she asks, every topic she explores with you is a step toward a deeper connection. Don't pull away or let the conversation stagnate. Seize the opportunity to nurture the relationship and create a meaningful, lasting bond. These discussions are not just words, they are the groundwork for something significant. They reveal how much she values you, how much she wants to understand you, and how much she is invested in you. So, be present, be genuine. And remember, the best relationships are often built on these quiet, profound moments of connection. This is how the modern Stoic would approach it: engage, listen, and let the conversation reveal the potential for something far beyond the superficial. Sign number 5, small gestures. Don't underestimate the power of small gestures. You must be alert, not just to words, but to the subtle, unspoken signs a woman sends when she is secretly attracted to you. These seemingly insignificant actions, those fleeting movements, those gentle touches are more revealing than you may realize. Women, especially when they are drawn to someone, often communicate through these subtle signals, which are far more telling than any overt declaration. Be attentive to the details. These small gestures are often overlooked, but they can make all the difference. Think about a playful nudge during a shared laugh, a touch on the arm when she feels comfortable, or even the way she lingers near you in a group conversation. These are not random acts. Each movement carries weight. It's her way of connecting with you without the need for words. These actions demonstrate warmth, concern, and, most importantly, a desire for intimacy. You must understand that these gestures are never accidents. They are intentional, silent ways of saying, "I'm interested in you." Now, let's dive deeper into what these small gestures really mean. From a psychological perspective, these gestures play a significant role in building a connection. Research shows that even the smallest of touches, a pat on the arm or a fleeting glance, can evoke feelings of closeness and emotional bonding. And this isn't just some random happenstance. It's grounded in the science of human interaction. You see, these movements tap into our instinctual need for connection. And when a woman uses these gestures around you, it's her subconscious way of drawing closer, of letting you know she's paying attention. These actions don't scream for your attention. Instead, they whisper it. It's like a gentle nudge, a quiet invitation to step closer and notice the depth of her feelings. That's the beauty of Stoicism at play, this undercurrent of subtlety that requires us to be aware, yet not overwhelmed. It's a balance, like the Stoic lessons we embrace in our lives. You need to understand the value of patience and observation. Don't rush to conclusions. Pay attention, and in time, you will start to see these small signs as not just accidental movements, but as deliberate gestures meant to communicate an interest far deeper than words could ever express. Don't dismiss the little things. You may be tempted to brush off these gestures. Don't. They are often the most telling of all the signs that someone cares. Whether it's her remembering something insignificant you mentioned in passing or her leaning in just a little closer during your conversation, these small gestures speak volumes. They are an intimate form of communication that skips over words, allowing her emotions to be conveyed through action, not speech. Think about it. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what is in our control and not to waste energy on distractions. Well, you must be in control of your attention. Don't let these moments slip by unnoticed. They are like the Stoic blessing of understanding the gift of being present in the moment, observing what truly matters, and connecting on a deeper level. When a woman is subtly signaling her attraction to you, it is a moment to recognize, to lean in, and appreciate the connection being offered. That is the beauty of these gestures. They are personal and profound. These are the kinds of signs that reveal more than any verbal confession ever could. They show you that she is invested in you, not just as a casual acquaintance, but as someone she wants to get to know better. When a woman remembers the smallest details about your life, when she takes the time to engage with you on a level that others may not, it's a clear indication that she is interested in more than just a superficial connection. She's seeking intimacy and connection, and these gestures are the bridge to that. In many ways, these small gestures embody Stoicism. They show restraint, control, and a deep understanding of how to communicate effectively without overwhelming the other person. She's not forcing anything. Rather, she's waiting for the right moment to let her feelings be known, allowing you to meet her halfway. And you must be wise enough to recognize it. You must understand these small gestures are the key to unlocking deeper understanding. The more you observe them, the more you'll realize just how much they say without saying anything at all. So, the next time you notice a playful touch, a lingering glance, or a thoughtful act that seems a little more personal than usual, don't ignore it. These are the signs that matter. The small gestures are often the ones that reveal the most. An invitation to something greater, something more meaningful. They are the unspoken language of attraction, the subtle dance of two people coming together, guided by a shared understanding of connection. So, be attentive, be present, and embrace the Stoic lessons in patience and observation. In these small, seemingly insignificant moments, you'll find a deeper connection that might just be the beginning of something extraordinary. If you find today's content useful to you, don't forget to share your feelings and lessons with us. Or simply comment, "Very cool." It's a great encouragement for our channel makers. Thank you very much. Sign number 6, emotional openness. When a woman is secretly attracted to you, her emotional openness is one of the clearest and most powerful signs. It's not just idle conversation. She shares her deepest thoughts, dreams, fears, and even her vulnerabilities. This is true emotional openness, a gesture that demonstrates a genuine desire to connect on a deeper level and a complete trust in the person she's sharing it with. As Stoic philosophy teaches, true relationships are built on profound emotional and intellectual connections, not superficial attraction or external appearances. The great Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius once said, "True love is not about perfection, but about understanding, accepting, and trusting each other." When she opens up to you, it's a powerful indication that she truly values you and wants to build a deeper, lasting relationship. Psychology supports this by showing that when people share their emotions and thoughts genuinely, they feel closer to each other. If she's seeking your advice, sharing personal stories, or confiding in you, this is not just a casual conversation. It's her way of expressing trust and admiration for you and valuing your ability to listen and understand. Research has shown that couples with strong emotional connections tend to have more lasting and resilient relationships, as they don't just communicate on the surface level, they truly understand and feel each other on a deeper level. Emotional openness is a clear sign of attraction and also presents a golden opportunity to build a meaningful, genuine connection. When you notice her beginning to share her true self with you, don't let this moment slip away. Don't just listen passively. Engage with her stories and respond with empathy. This is where Stoic principles come into play. By listening with composure, offering understanding without judgment, and being present without trying to fix everything. Stoicism teaches us to engage with others from a place of calmness and wisdom. When she reveals her innermost thoughts, this is a rare and precious opportunity you shouldn't take lightly. Recognize this moment as an opportunity to build trust and a deep bond. Don't shy away from it. Lean into it, embrace it with sincerity, and reciprocate the emotional vulnerability. This is the foundation of lasting connections. Stoic philosophy is about patience, understanding, and virtuous engagement in relationships. You don't need to rush to offer advice or solutions, simply listen, understand, and show her you're there for her. That is the power of emotional openness. It creates mutual understanding, empathy, and a bond that can last. Remember, dealing with a woman's emotional openness is not always easy. But if you apply Stoic principles, you will learn how to approach it with patience and composure. Never underestimate these moments of emotional sharing. Instead, see them as valuable opportunities to strengthen the connection. This is how you can become the man she seeks, strong, steady, yet deeply compassionate and emotionally intelligent. Every time she opens up, it is a sign to step up and prove your ability to connect at a deeper level. Each moment of her emotional openness is an opportunity to create a meaningful, lasting relationship built on trust and sincerity. Great love begins with deep understanding and mutual respect. Therefore, don't hesitate. Respond with all the sincerity and patience you have. Become the man she can trust fully, because that is the key to a promising future together. Sign number 7, polite interactions. Don't mistake politeness for mere courtesy. When a woman is secretly attracted to you, her respectful engagement transcends basic civility. It becomes a powerful tool to express sincere interest in you. This is not just about being nice. It's about her paying close attention to who you are, what you think, and what makes you tick. Every conversation becomes an opportunity for her to connect, to show that your words matter and your presence is valued. If she's listening closely, remembering details from past chats, and referencing them thoughtfully, it's a clear sign she's not just indulging in small talk. She's invested. Her gaze lingers a bit longer, her questions more probing, and every response feels like it's crafted with care. In the world of modern Stoicism, such deliberate attention is not about grand gestures, it's the subtle art of valuing someone without a wordy declaration. This blessing of Stoicism manifests in her knowing that silence can speak volumes and that active listening is a form of respect that transcends the superficial. You must pay attention to these signs, for they aren't random acts of kindness. Women don't just give respect to anyone. They reserve it for those they find worthy. That is why her eye contact is steady, why she hangs on to your words, why she asks about your hobbies, your life story, and your deepest beliefs. Be clear on this when she's genuinely attracted. It's as though the old Stoic wisdom is guiding her. She shows you her interest by treating you with a level of respect that speaks louder than flirtation ever could. This is how she signals that you matter to her, that you're more than just another face in the crowd. Observe how she interacts with you, carefully. Does she engage fully or simply give half-hearted responses? Is there a sense of eagerness to know more about you? Don't ignore these signs. Respectful participation in conversations isn't just an act of politeness. It's her way of showing appreciation for your thoughts and the person you are. And more importantly, it's a foundational step in building real emotional connection. Her treatment of you is more than kindness. It's a deliberate and thoughtful action that conveys interest and curiosity. This is the power of respectful participation in its truest form. And it's one of the clearest indicators that she's not just passively engaging with you, she's actively investing in the relationship. Let this be the litmus test when she listens with focus and engages with care. You're not just a passing acquaintance, you're someone she truly respects and, likely, someone she's deeply attracted to. So, next time you're in conversation, notice if she treats you like an equal, if she's genuinely interested in your stories, and if her demeanor radiates respect. If the answer is yes, The old Stoic and modern Stoic wisdom alike both tell you the same thing: this woman is attracted to you, and the bond you're building is rooted in a mutual, meaningful connection. Hey there, thanks so much for watching. If you found these 7 signs helpful, you're one step closer to understanding those subtle clues women may give when they're secretly attracted to you. Remember, attraction often shows up in the small, unspoken moments. That warm smile, the little gestures, or a lingering glance. So pay attention to those signs and use them to guide your responses with confidence and ease. You've got this. If this video helped you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more tips on attraction, confidence, and stoicism. I truly appreciate you watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Take care. Seven secret signs a woman wants you to make a move on her now. Modern Stoic. Have you ever spent time with a woman and wondered if she's signaling you to take things further? The truth is, women often communicate their desires in ways that are far more subtle than most men realize. If you've ever found yourself hesitating, unsure of whether or not she's interested, you're in the right place. Today, we'll uncover the 7 key signs that a woman is hoping you'll make a move. Here's the reality. Recognizing these hidden cues can truly change the game. Why? Because, contrary to what you might think, most women aren't going to directly say, "I like you, go ahead and make a move." Instead, they communicate through body language, glances, and small, often overlooked signals. If you're not tuned in, you might miss these chances altogether. And worse, you could end up giving her the impression that you're not interested, when in fact, you're just unsure. But don't worry. By the end of this, you'll not only know how to spot these signs, but also how to act confidently without hesitation. By understanding these signals, you'll feel more certain in your interactions, eliminating the second-guessing and the fear of rejection. Let's dive into these secret signs, so you can confidently navigate the path forward. Why don't women just say what they want? Before we break down the signs, let's first tackle a common question. Why don't women just say what they want? It's a fair question, and the answer often lies in the way society has shaped women's communication styles. For centuries, women have been conditioned to be subtle and reserved when expressing romantic interest. Societal pressures and the fear of rejection often discourage them from being direct. Instead, they drop hints and expect you to catch them. But here's the catch. While women appreciate men who can read these subtle cues, they also highly value respect and emotional intelligence. Misinterpreting a situation or assuming someone is interested when they're not can lead to awkwardness or even hurt feelings. That's why it's crucial to approach these signs with both clarity and respect. Recognizing when she's signaling interest and when she's not will help you navigate the situation with confidence, while also honoring her boundaries. Once you begin to read these cues, your confidence will soar. You'll no longer second-guess yourself, and you'll approach these situations with a sense of ease. It's not about playing games or trying to figure out tricks. It's about understanding the way she communicates and responding with genuine respect. Developing the skill to spot these signs is one of the most powerful tools you can have in relationships, helping you build deeper and more meaningful connections. The most important thing in communication is hearing what isn't said. Peter Drucker. First sign, she finds ways to be close to you. When a woman is interested in you, don't expect her to just sit back and wait. Modern Stoic principles aside, she's not going to simply cross her fingers and hope you notice her. Instead, she'll create opportunities to be close to you. This is no coincidence. She's being strategic. Whether it's a crowded room where she makes sure to stand beside you or a casual gathering where she picks the seat right next to you, she's actively trying to get your attention. This isn't just a casual move, this is intentional. A subtle yet powerful sign she's interested in you. You must pay attention to these signals. If, during a group conversation or event, you find that she keeps moving toward your side, or you notice she's near you more than anyone else, that's your cue. The Blessing of Stoicism teaches us to be calm and composed, but that doesn't mean we ignore the signals that are right in front of us. Don't be so absorbed in your thoughts that you miss these small gestures. Another key sign: her movements through the room. Does she seem to walk by you more than necessary, as if she's simply trying to be in your orbit? Watch carefully. These are not random actions. Every time she brushes past you, or leans in a little too closely when reaching for something, you're witnessing a deliberate attempt to create proximity. These little interactions are no accident. She's giving you space to notice her, but she won't make it too obvious. In fact, she's probably waiting for you to take the lead, to make that next move. So, what does this mean? Well, it's simple. Don't wait around hoping she'll suddenly make her feelings obvious in a loud, overt way. Modern Stoics understand the importance of patience, but also recognize the balance between observing and acting. She's not going to tell you directly that she wants you to make a move. Instead, she's going to show it through these subtle, repeated efforts to be physically close to you. These gestures can easily go unnoticed if you're too focused on your own actions. But if you're aware, you'll start to see how often she's trying to establish that connection. These little moments of closeness speak volumes. You must recognize them for what they are and understand that she's testing the waters, letting you take the next step. It's a fine line, but the old Stoic wisdom about reading the signs of the moment applies here as much as it does anywhere else in life. You have the opportunity to act, but you must first observe the clues she's leaving behind. Be wise, be patient, and know that these small signs are her way of opening the door for you to walk through. Sign 2, she mirrors your body language. When it comes to understanding attraction, sometimes it's the unspoken gestures that speak the loudest. Mirroring is a psychological phenomenon that reveals far more than meets the eye. She doesn't need to utter a word to let you know she's interested. Instead, she uses her body to send a clear message: I feel connected to you, and I want to get closer. Imagine this: you're sitting with your legs crossed, perhaps leaning back in your chair, enjoying the conversation. A moment later, she does the same. Her legs mirror yours, as if she's following your every move. Or maybe you're leaning forward slightly and she does the same, not just once but repeatedly. Her body subtly mimics yours. You might dismiss this as coincidence, but trust me, it's anything but that. This mirroring isn't a random occurrence. It's her way of telling you something deep and unspoken. It's as though she's subconsciously saying, I'm in sync with you. I understand you and I like what I see. These subtle actions reveal a powerful bond forming without words. It's like the Blessing of Stoicism, a quiet, almost imperceptible acknowledgement of connection that doesn't need to be shouted out loud. Body language is one of the most effective ways people communicate without saying a word. In this case, her mirroring is a direct reflection of her feelings. And while this might seem like an innocent or trivial act, don't underestimate its power. The next time she mirrors your posture, pace of speech, or energy level, pay attention. It's a sign she's not just listening to you, she's feeling you. She's aligning her body with yours because she's drawn to you in a way that goes beyond mere words. It's not just about posture either. Mirroring can also extend to tone, rhythm, and even energy levels. Think of it this way: if you're animated, your gestures expansive and lively, and she mirrors that energy by matching your enthusiasm. It means she's deeply engaged. She's trying to establish rapport, subconsciously connecting on a level that can only be achieved when there's an authentic attraction. You're not just talking to her, you're vibing together. That's a sign she's interested and ready to take things further. However, don't be misled. Mirroring can be subtle. It's not always about dramatic gestures or exaggerated movements. Often, it's those small, quiet moments of sync that reveal the truest feelings. For example, if you lean in toward her, and she does the same, that's a clear sign of interest. She feels safe, comfortable, and invested in what you're saying. If you notice her using the same tone of voice or rhythm of speech, those are small but significant signs that she's trying to establish a deeper connection. Now, what does this all have to do with Stoicism? In a world that often feels chaotic and loud, Stoicism teaches us to remain grounded and aware of the present moment. Mirroring, in its own way, is a practice of being in tune with the other person's state of being, showing that connection without needing to rush, demand, or force anything. It's a beautiful display of being present, which is what Stoicism is all about. She doesn't need to shout her interest at you. It's the quiet acknowledgement of the Stoic lesson: true connection is built on mutual understanding and subtle actions. When she mirrors your movements, it's more than just a fun quirk. It's an unspoken sign that she feels something real for you. So, what do you do next? Don't take it for granted. Acknowledge the connection with respect. Match her energy. Reflect her actions with intention. And let that bond deepen. Don't wait for her to make the first move. You must recognize these signs and act on them. But remember, just as Stoicism teaches us to remain calm and not rush, you don't need to jump into action immediately. Let the connection flow naturally. Allow this body language to guide you in the right direction. If you're uncertain, simply match her pace. Let the vibe continue to build, and soon, you'll find that the signs become undeniable. She's ready for you to make your move, but only if you're paying attention. So don't ignore the small cues. The blessing of Stoicism lies in the details and her mirrored movements. They are details that should not go unnoticed. Sign 3. She initiates playful physical touch. Touch is one of the most powerful and primal forms of communication. It transcends words and conveys attraction more effectively than anything else. If she is regularly finding excuses to touch you, no matter how small or casual the gesture might seem, take note. It's a clear signal. Whether it's a light tap on your arm as she laughs at your joke, a brief brush of her hand against yours, or her subtle adjustment of your tie or shirt. These actions are deliberate. They are not accidents. In fact, these little gestures are the earliest signs of her interest in you and her desire to connect on a deeper level. It's important to recognize these cues, especially in today's fast-paced world where much of human communication has become transactional or overly digital. She's showing you, in the most natural way possible, that she's comfortable with you, that she's engaging with you emotionally, and that she's inviting more of you into her space. Think about the moments when she leans in just a little too close to you, or when she smooths a wrinkle on your shirt with a soft, deliberate touch. It might seem insignificant, but those small gestures have deep meaning. They are testing the waters, checking how you respond, and gauging your openness to more. These small, playful touches are designed to break the physical boundary between you two, and the way you respond will determine how far things can go. Don't overlook them. As the Stoic principles suggest, the world is filled with signs and signals, but only the truly observant can recognize them. It's not just about waiting for something more obvious. It's about reading the subtle nuances of human interaction with clarity and confidence. You must train yourself to become attuned to these signals. A Stoic does not waste time wondering about what could be. Instead, he acts decisively when the moment arrives. Every gesture she makes is a potential key to unlocking a deeper connection. If she touches you frequently, even in the smallest ways, it is a clear indication that she is comfortable, that she's testing the waters, and that she's ready for more. Don't let fear or doubt prevent you from responding. Remember, the Stoic life is about understanding the present and acting without hesitation. Be prepared to respond with clarity and confidence when the opportunity presents itself. Don't wait for permission. Don't overthink it. Just take action when you feel the moment is right. A Stoic is not caught up in doubts or second-guessing. He acts decisively, trusting his instincts and his ability to read the situation. Physical touch, while subtle, is a powerful form of communication. She is showing you that she is ready to take the next step, but you must meet her halfway. The Stoic mindset teaches us that true mastery comes from being able to read the signs and then taking action with conviction. If you wait too long, you may miss the opportunity. If you act too quickly, you risk overwhelming her. But if you stay calm, aware, and focused, you will know the exact moment to make your move. It's the quiet power of a Stoic in action, deliberate, thoughtful, and decisive. The victory is in your hands, but it will only come if you are alert and ready to take advantage of the smallest signs when they appear. Trust yourself and move with purpose. The path to mastery is clear, and it begins with understanding and responding to the signs that are always around us. If you find this valuable, comment below, and share it with someone who could benefit. Don't forget to subscribe for more wisdom. Comment to remember, I am aware of the subtle signs of attraction. Positive affirmation, I am aware of the subtle signs of attraction. Sign 4, she gives you prolonged eye contact. When a woman is intrigued by you, her eyes will speak louder than her words ever could. If she's locking eyes with you longer than what would be considered standard in a casual conversation, don't just brush it off as coincidence. Prolonged eye contact is one of the clearest signs that she's not only present in the moment but deeply focused on you. It creates an almost magnetic connection, one that pulls the two of you into a space where words become unnecessary. The eyes are the windows to the soul, and in this case, they reveal much more than a friendly glance. It's her way of saying, "You've got my attention." And there's more to this than just a passing moment. But how do you know if it's romantic or if she's simply being friendly? The answer lies in the warmth of her gaze. When a woman looks at you with that specific softness, a hint of curiosity in her eyes, you know it's not just a casual glance. Add to that a smile or a gentle tilt of the head, and you're dealing with something more profound. The modern Stoic understands that physical cues speak volumes, so don't mistake her gaze for anything other than a powerful, subtle invitation. That is the blessing of Stoicism, recognizing signals beyond the obvious and using them to guide your next move. Eye contact isn't about staring her down like a hawk, nor is it about awkwardly shifting your eyes away every time they meet hers. No, this isn't a game of who can look away first. It's about creating a connection, a quiet yet profound understanding. If her gaze lingers even when the conversation drifts to something less intimate, it's her way of making sure you know she's still thinking about you. She's signaling that the connection is more than just a surface-level interaction. It's one that's worth exploring further. So what should you do next? Don't shy away from meeting her gaze. That's the key. The old Stoic may have taught us to avoid emotional impulsivity, but the modern Stoic knows that a brief yet confident exchange of eye contact can establish intimacy without words. Don't be afraid to reciprocate. Hold her gaze, but do it with purpose. This is your moment to deepen the connection, to let her know you're not just seeing her, but truly engaging with her. In the end, the beauty of prolonged eye contact is in its simplicity. It's an understated but undeniable sign that the attraction is mutual. If you feel that spark, don't let it slip away. Seize the opportunity to engage further, as this may be the exact moment when she's hoping you'll make a move. In the world of modern Stoicism, it's not about rushing in or forcing something that isn't there. It's about understanding the signals, responding appropriately, and moving forward with confidence. That is the blessing of Stoicism, taking action when the time is right, without hesitation, and with the knowledge that your actions are grounded in wisdom. Sign 5, she laughs at your jokes. Laughter is more than just sound. It's a subtle language of attraction. When a woman laughs at your jokes, even the ones you know are a bit cheesy, it's not just about humor. It's about connection. You may think it's no big deal, but in the world of human dynamics, laughter is a powerful tool. It's her way of signaling that she enjoys your presence, that she's comfortable with you, and that there's something she finds magnetic about your energy. Now, let's get something straight. There's a difference between a polite chuckle and a genuine burst of laughter. Stoicism teaches us to look beyond the surface and understand deeper truths. You must develop the ability to discern these subtle signals. A polite laugh is just that, polite. It's empty, courteous, but it doesn't have the depth of a real connection. A true, genuine laugh, on the other hand, is a full-bodied experience. It's spontaneous. It lights up her face, and you can almost see the joy in her eyes. When she laughs with abandon, when her laughter resonates with warmth, she's telling you something important. She's invested in you. But don't just stop at noticing the laughter. Look for other signs that amplify this connection. If she leans in closer or lightly touches your arm during the moment of laughter, you're receiving a clear signal. These are not random gestures. They are her way of drawing you in, of showing that she wants more of this interaction. Every touch, every lean, every glance is a part of the dance of attraction. As a man, you need to notice these cues and understand that they are often subtle but profound. Just like a good Stoic lesson teaches, you must remain present and aware in the moment. This is no time to be distracted. This is the moment to show that you are attuned to her energy. The power of humor and attraction is often underestimated. It's not just about telling jokes or trying to make her laugh. Humor, when wielded with care, can break the ice, foster deeper connections, and make a woman feel at ease in your company. If you can make her laugh, you're making her feel comfortable and safe. You're creating a bond. It's the Stoic blessing of being able to engage the world with humor, knowing that you control the outcome by being present, mindful, and aware of the signals the world sends you. Remember, the goal isn't just to make her laugh. It's to notice how she responds to you, to see how deeply she's drawn into the interaction. Pay close attention to the way her body language changes when she's genuinely enjoying herself. Don't let these moments slip by unnoticed. If you fail to recognize the depth of her laughter or the way she responds to you, you might miss an important opportunity. Be aware. You must recognize the signals, learn the lessons, and act on them. Just as Stoicism teaches us to look beyond the immediate, the same applies to human interactions. You must see beyond the surface-level humor and recognize the deeper message being sent. The connection she's making through laughter isn't just about bonding over a shared joke. It's about creating a rapport, a rhythm between the two of you. When you make her laugh and she responds with genuine enjoyment, she's opening herself up to you. This is your cue to be bold, to take that step forward in the interaction. This is your moment to make your move, to acknowledge the growing connection, and to push the boundaries of this attraction. So don't hesitate. When you see the signs of genuine laughter and physical closeness, you must act. Be bold, be confident, and make your move. At the same time, remain grounded. Take a deep breath, channel the Stoic lessons of calm and clarity, and embrace the moment. Laughter isn't just a sound, it's a signal, a sign that you are on the right path. And by recognizing this, you're stepping deeper into the world of attraction with wisdom and grace. That is the true blessing of Stoicism. Being present, understanding the signals, and knowing exactly when to take action. If you're paying attention, you'll notice the difference between a polite chuckle and the laughter that signals genuine interest. If she's laughing at your jokes, even the ones that aren't perfect, it's a clear sign she's engaged and wants to be close to you. Don't miss this opportunity. Comment below, I'm paying attention to the signs and taking action. Sign 6, she asks personal questions. When a woman shows a genuine interest in you, she does not settle for superficial, meaningless conversation. She's looking to dive deeper, to understand who you really are beneath the surface. This is not just casual chit-chat. It's a calculated effort to truly learn about your passions, your background, your desires, and your core beliefs. She'll ask questions about your hobbies, your future plans, even your family dynamics, questions that reveal her intention to understand your deeper motivations and to connect with you on a more intimate level. This is an opportunity you can't afford to ignore. You must recognize that her questions are not idle curiosity. They are signals. She's testing the waters to gauge whether you are someone worth investing time and energy into. She is probing your character, searching for signs of strength, wisdom, and maturity. She's not interested in vague, empty answers that fail to show depth. When she asks you about your weekend plans or the people you hold dear, she wants more than just the surface-level response. She's asking because she values your perspective, your insight, and your presence in her life. A woman will take mental notes about your responses, and if she references something you said days, weeks, or even months ago, that's a clear indicator that she is paying attention. Your ability to engage with her on a personal level is crucial here. The Stoic principles you embrace, the inner strength, the calmness, and the poise you cultivate in your daily life should shine through when she asks these questions. There's no room for hesitation or self-doubt. As a Stoic, you've learned not to let external forces disturb your peace. This is your moment to demonstrate emotional intelligence and maturity. When she asks about your goals or your passions, answer with confidence and clarity. Do not shy away from vulnerability, but do so with strength. Share your insights, but do not become overly emotional or overly guarded. Strike the right balance between openness and Stoic composure. One of the greatest signals of a woman's interest is when she not only listens attentively, but also remembers details you've shared with her. This is where your Stoic discipline comes into play. Your ability to be steady, calm, and unshaken in these moments will show her that you are not easily swayed by outside forces. You must remain grounded in your responses. Never overreact. Never indulge in unnecessary drama. Just remain composed and true to your principles. This is not only about impressing her with your wisdom and insight, but about demonstrating your ability to remain centered and clear-minded no matter the situation. Think of this moment as a test, but not one that is set to trap you. It's one that gives you the opportunity to reveal your depth and your unwavering sense of self. Women are drawn to men who have mastered themselves. The Stoic life is built upon mastering your emotions and desires. And when a woman asks you personal questions, this is where you get to show the true extent of that mastery. Do not waste the opportunity to show her the strength of your character. Your answers should reflect your wisdom and confidence, not an exaggerated performance. Show her that you are a man who is both deeply thoughtful and emotionally disciplined. Let her see that you are someone who has the strength to handle the complexities of life without flinching, and that you are not easily moved by fleeting emotions. This is how you build the foundation of respect, admiration, and attraction. Remember the words of Marcus Aurelius. The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. In this context, the injury is superficiality. The revenge is showing her a man who rises above trivialities. Show her that you are a man who lives with purpose, who is unafraid to confront life's challenges with a Stoic mindset. Every question she asks is a chance for you to reveal more of the man you are, to let your confidence and poise shine through. She's not asking these questions to test you. She's asking them because she's looking for something real, something substantial. And if you deliver, you will find that her interest grows exponentially. The key is to stay grounded, stay true to your Stoic principles, and never waver in your belief in yourself. Let her see the man who is strong, steady, and capable of handling any situation life throws at him. In doing so, you show her exactly why you're the man she's been waiting for. Take control of this moment, answer her questions with poise, and let your wisdom and strength speak louder than anything else. In the end, the way you handle these personal questions will speak volumes about the man you truly are. Show her your mastery of life, and let her see that you are a Stoic man worth knowing. Sign 7. She compliments you and notices small details. You must understand this when a woman offers you compliments that go beyond the generic "you're nice." She's not just being polite. She's signaling something deeper. If she says things like, "You have an incredible smile," or "I admire how you stay calm under pressure," it's more than a passing comment. This is her way of showing you that she's paying attention, not only to how you look, but to who you are as a person. These kinds of compliments are thoughtful, specific, and they are the blessing of Stoicism in action, showing you that she notices the inner strength and subtle details that define you. It's not about flattery, it's about genuine admiration. Take note of her observant nature. Perhaps she'll point out a unique accessory you wear, maybe a watch or a scent you've chosen, or maybe she'll remark on how you handle difficult situations, saying something like, "I love how you look at things from a different perspective." These are signals that she's looking beyond the surface, seeing something special in you. You must realize that a woman who sees the little things, who notices your character, your style, and the way you carry yourself, has a real interest in who you are. She's not just passing through your life. She's invested in learning more about you, and let me tell you this. You should never take these signs for granted. The old Stoic way might have you questioning every compliment, but in the modern Stoic world, you need to accept that admiration, like the wind, cannot be ignored. If she's paying attention to you in these ways, it's a clear sign that she sees something truly remarkable in you. How should you respond to these subtle cues? It's simple. Remain calm, confident, and composed. Confidence is magnetic, but don't be fooled. Confidence doesn't mean pushing her too hard or rushing the process. A woman's compliments are not an invitation for you to leap forward with unchecked assumptions. Be aware of the fine line between showing interest and respecting her boundaries. You must strike the right balance. Acknowledge her attention, but allow the moment to unfold naturally. Don't overthink her gestures. Misinterpreting these signals could set you up for failure. Don't assume that every compliment she gives is an invitation for romance, nor should you rush into things before she's ready. The real art of attraction, the essence of the modern Stoic approach, is recognizing when to act and when to be patient. Common mistakes men make when they don't respond to these signs. The biggest one is ignoring the signals altogether. Too many men second-guess themselves, afraid of rejection or unsure of their own instincts. If you doubt her interest, you'll miss out on the opportunity to connect. Learn to trust your gut. It's often wiser than you think. Another mistake is the pacing, going too fast or too slow. If you push too hard, it can make her uncomfortable. But if you don't move at all, you risk signaling disinterest. The sweet spot lies in the balance. Match her energy. Respond to her cues and allow things to develop on their own. Lastly, many men fall into the trap of reading friendliness as romantic interest. Not every smile or compliment is an invitation to take things further. Pay attention to the context. Does she treat everyone with the same warmth, or is she singling you out in particular? The difference between being genuinely noticed and being given a polite gesture is clear when you look closely. Learn to differentiate between the two. Misreading these signals will only lead to disappointment. In the world of modern Stoicism, it's about understanding subtlety and timing. The true blessing of Stoicism is not just in keeping your cool under pressure. It's in recognizing when the universe is giving you a sign and acting on it wisely, with respect and patience. So, remember, don't let these moments slip by unnoticed. Be aware, be present, be the modern Stoic you are. Hey there, thanks for sticking with me until the end. We've just covered 7 secret signs a woman wants you to make a move on her. From finding ways to be close, mirroring body language, and initiating playful touch, to prolonged eye contact, laughing at your jokes, asking personal questions, and complimenting you. These are all subtle but powerful ways women show their interest. Now, the key here is understanding these signs and responding with confidence and respect. It's not about overanalyzing every little moment, but rather about recognizing these cues in a way that helps build real connections. Trust your instincts, be aware of the signals, and when the time feels right, don't hesitate to make your move. Remember, attraction and connection go hand in hand. So, trust yourself, stay present, and approach these moments with genuine interest. If this video helped you, please hit that like button, subscribe for more content, and feel free to drop your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Stop saying baby or honey. Use these 6 words to win her heart. Modern Stoic. And love is not just about saying the right word, but saying them with the right meaning. Unknown. There's a powerful shift in a woman's demeanor when she hears words that truly resonate with her. Words that go beyond the surface. It's not about relying on the same tired endearments like baby or honey that have lost their spark. These words, though once sweet, can start to feel shallow over time, empty sounds that no longer stir the warmth you once felt in her eyes. Have you ever noticed her reaction when you call her baby for the 100th time? Maybe she looks away, or you feel a subtle shift in the atmosphere. This doesn't mean she's growing distant or cold. Rather, it's a signal that she craves something more genuine, something that feels intentional and deep. She wants to be seen for who she truly is, not just as a term of convenience. She longs for words that reflect your true admiration for her, words that demonstrate you're not merely addressing her but cherishing her for all that she is. Let's break away from these overused phrases. I'm going to introduce you to 6 powerful words, simple yet profound, that when said with sincerity, will create a deeper bond. These words will remind her that she is not just any woman to you. She is the woman. Stay with me until the end, because the final insight will change the way you approach your relationship for good. 1. I'm proud of you. In the realm of meaningful relationships, there's one phrase that holds a weight far beyond mere words. I'm proud of you. It might seem simple at first, but don't be fooled. These 3 words are nothing short of powerful. Unlike fleeting compliments or shallow praise, when you say, I'm proud of you, you're not just acknowledging an accomplishment. You're recognizing her entire journey, the struggles, the growth, and the effort it took to get where she is. Whether it's a small victory or a monumental achievement, those words honor her, not just for what she does, but for who she is becoming. In a world where so many tend to focus on outward appearances or shallow judgments of worth, this phrase reminds us all that true value isn't found in the surface-level assessments, but in the quiet perseverance, the daily grind, and the unseen work we all put into becoming better versions of ourselves. Let's face it, terms like baby or honey might sound affectionate, but more often than not, they can feel hollow, like empty labels that fail to connect deeply. Instead, make it a habit to say, I'm proud of you. These words carry weight because they cut through the noise and reach the heart of what really matters. They validate her not just for her successes, but for the consistent daily effort she puts into showing up as herself. When you say, I'm proud of you, you affirm her resilience, her courage, and her commitment to growth. This is where the blessing of Stoicism shines. Real strength is not always seen in the dramatic moments of triumph, but in the daily acts of perseverance and steady growth. The modern Stoic would recognize this entirely. They would understand that to truly love someone is to honor them not only for their accomplishments, but for the quiet, relentless work they do every single day. Think about it. What does it really mean to be proud of someone? It's not just about the big, visible moments that make headlines. It's about seeing all the little, often overlooked battles they fight, the internal struggles, the quiet victories that most will never notice. When you say you're proud of her, you're telling her that you see everything. The resilience, the vulnerability, the determination. You're saying, I see you for who you truly are. And there's no greater gift in a relationship. This level of recognition creates a connection that goes far beyond any fleeting compliment. It's deeper, more intimate, and rooted in a profound appreciation of her as a whole person. This is exactly the kind of recognition a modern Stoic would give. Stoic philosophy emphasizes the importance of seeing strength not in grand gestures, but in the steady, unwavering pursuit of growth and resilience. And let's be clear, being proud of her isn't just about the milestone moments, her career achievements or public recognition. It's about those everyday acts of bravery that go largely unnoticed. It's about acknowledging the times when she balances 1,000 tasks at once, when she faces challenges head-on, or when she shows up for you, even when the world feels heavy. These are the quiet acts of courage that deserve celebration. Saying, "I'm proud of you," is your way of shining a light on those moments, showing that her worth isn't measured by external success but by the unwavering commitment she puts into her life. The old Stoic would have understood this completely. He would have known that true strength is often found in the smallest, most subtle actions, the daily grind, the internal battles, and the quiet persistence in the face of adversity. This understanding transcends time. When you take a moment to truly recognize her efforts, you tap into something much more meaningful than any superficial gesture ever could. This is the blessing of Stoicism at work, recognizing that true value lies in growth, resilience, and the courage to keep going, no matter what. You must never underestimate the profound impact of saying, "I'm proud of you." It's not just a phrase, it's an affirmation of her entire being, an acknowledgement of all the inner work she's done to become the person she is today. It's a direct recognition that her journey matters, that her growth matters, and that she as an individual is worthy of your deepest respect. To show this kind of recognition, to truly honor her in this way, requires more than just empty words or superficial gestures. It demands that you see her as a whole person, flaws, strengths, victories, and all. This is the essence of the modern Stoic's approach to love. You must look beyond the surface, recognize her efforts, and affirm her worth in a way that truly resonates. So stop for a moment and think about what "I'm proud of" you really means. It's not just words. It's an invitation to see her for all she is. Her strength, her vulnerability, her perseverance. It's a call to embrace her as the whole person she is, not just for the outward achievements but for the inner work, the battles fought behind the scenes. In relationships, this level of authentic connection is the bedrock of lasting love. The old Stoic would have said the same: recognize the small acts of courage, the quiet perseverance, and the wisdom that comes from continually striving for personal growth. This is how you truly win her heart. This is how you show her that her journey is not just appreciated, but deeply valued. 2. You inspire me. In the age of cliches and overused phrases, it's easy to fall into the trap of calling her baby or honey when you want to show affection. While those words are safe, sweet, and familiar, they don't carry the weight of true admiration. They don't speak to the core of what a woman truly needs to hear. But there are 6 words that have the power to move her deeply, that resonate on a profound level. That phrase is "you inspire me." It's simple, yes, but it's also incredibly powerful. It speaks volumes about your respect, your admiration, and how much you truly see her for who she is, not just what she does. The depth of true inspiration. Many men hesitate to say "you inspire me," either because they don't fully understand the impact of such words or because they mistakenly believe that inspiration is something reserved for only grand gestures or visible achievements. But inspiration doesn't have to be loud. It doesn't have to be grand. Inspiration is often silent, coming in the quiet, everyday moments: how she loves without expecting anything in return, how she forgives even when it's hardest to do so, and how she persists through the struggles you may never even see. To tell her "you inspire me" isn't just a compliment. It's an acknowledgement of the quiet power she holds over your spirit. You honor her simply by recognizing that her presence makes you a better man, that her influence pushes you to grow, to evolve, and to strive for more. The hidden strength of women. Think about the first time you say these words. Maybe you'll say it with a shy smile, or she might look away, unsure how to process the weight of such a statement. Perhaps her eyes will well up with tears because, deep down, she's wondered whether anyone has ever noticed how much she gives, how hard she works, how strong she is, whether anyone sees her for who she truly is and not just for the roles she plays. When you say you inspire me, you are answering that unspoken question. You're telling her that her very existence, just as she is, matters not just to you but to the world at large. You're telling her that she is seen, that she is important, that her life has purpose. This, my friend, is one of the most powerful things you can say to a woman, and it carries even more weight when we consider how many women silently carry invisible burdens: the weight of self-doubt, the fear of never being enough, the quiet exhaustion of always giving more than they receive. Inspiration beyond words. The blessing of Stoicism. Saying you inspire me is like shining a spotlight on the strength she may not even recognize in herself. It's not just about admiration for her looks, her charm, or her grace. It's about recognizing her resilience, her ability to move through life with grace, even when no one else is watching. That, my friend, is true respect. The blessing of Stoicism comes when we honor others not just for what they do, but for who they are. Even in their most unspoken moments, the modern Stoic understands that acknowledging someone's inner strength doesn't diminish their own. It amplifies it. Stoic lessons have long taught us that recognizing others' virtues is not an act of submission, but a recognition of shared humanity. So when you say you inspire me, you're embracing her strength in a way that benefits both of you. You elevate the relationship to a level of respect, admiration, and mutual growth, beyond the surface admiration that lasts. You might assume she already knows how much you admire her. After all, you've likely told her she's beautiful or smart. But those words can start to feel like empty platitudes, repeated out of habit. Women need to hear that their worth is not just tied to their actions, but to their very essence. They long to be seen, not just for what they do for others, but for who they are at their core. When you tell her you inspire me, you're telling her that she doesn't have to earn your admiration. She simply has to be herself. Think about the countless moments when she showed you what true kindness is, the times she forgave when it would have been easier to hold a grudge, or when she stayed strong in the face of adversity, teaching you the true meaning of unconditional love. Those are the moments that truly inspire. You might assume she already knows how much these moments move you, but admiration that goes unspoken is often unappreciated. And that's where you can make a real impact. Speak your truth. Let her know that she inspires you. The power of you inspire me. When you say you inspire me, you're not just offering a compliment, you're offering a declaration. You're saying that she is a beacon in your life, that her presence lights up your world in a way nothing else can. These words have the power to change the way she sees herself. They remind her that her worth is not found in the roles she plays or the things she does, but in the essence of who she is. This, my friend, is how you win her heart, not with empty phrases, but with words that speak directly to her soul. Saying you inspire me is a gift no flowers, no material possession, no empty compliment can match. It's a statement that her strength, her grace, and her ability to shape your life for the better matter more than anything else. And in doing so, you don't just lift her up, you lift both of you. Because when you speak from the heart, when you honor her presence in your life, you're not just embracing the modern Stoic way of thinking, you're living it. You are recognizing the quiet power that others may overlook. And in doing so, you're enriching both your lives with a depth of respect, admiration, and love that goes far beyond the superficial. The blessing of Stoicism lies in understanding that true strength often resides in the quiet moments of everyday life. And when you acknowledge that strength, you create a bond that is unbreakable. So the next time she inspires you, when she shows her grace, her kindness, or her quiet resilience, don't let the moment pass by. Speak your truth. Tell her that she inspires you, because in doing so, you both become better, stronger, and more deeply connected than ever before. If you found this valuable, comment below, and share it with someone who could benefit. Don't forget to subscribe for more wisdom. Comment to remember. I honor her strength and let her inspire me every day. By commenting this, you're not only reflecting on the power of your words, but also reinforcing the profound impact you can have on those you care about. Let's embrace the modern Stoic way of deep admiration and respect. 3. I appreciate you. To win her heart and strengthen your relationship, you must master the art of true appreciation. In a world where distractions and routine often overshadow the deep connection between partners, words like, "I appreciate you" carry a weight that no pet name ever could. Too often, men fall into the trap of using superficial phrases like baby or honey, failing to recognize that these words, while common, fail to convey genuine acknowledgement of her unique qualities. Real recognition goes beyond surface affection. It dives straight into her soul, telling her that she is seen, valued, and cherished for who she truly is. As a man committed to a Stoic life, you must understand that real strength is shown through action and words, not through mindless repetition. When you say, "I appreciate you," you are honoring her for the contributions she makes, the quiet sacrifices she endures, and the love she gives without question. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." This is about living those principles, about not just saying what she wants to hear, but truly appreciating the effort behind her actions. Life isn't always easy for women. They carry the weight of the world on their shoulders, balancing family, career, and personal struggles. Yet so often, their efforts go unnoticed. That's why, as a man embracing Stoic principles, you must step up. Showing appreciation isn't a weakness, it's a demonstration of your strength. When you speak those words with sincerity, you give her more than a compliment. You provide recognition, something her heart craves deeply. A relationship isn't just about love, it's about respect. Love without appreciation can become routine, expected, and stale. But when appreciation is spoken from the heart, it re-energizes the bond. Don't assume she knows you're grateful for her. Her contributions, big and small, may remain unspoken, buried beneath daily life's pressures. If you fail to acknowledge them, you risk creating distance between you. The Stoic approach isn't about suppressing emotions, it's about harnessing them with purpose. Recognizing her efforts, no matter how small, helps you create a space where she feels valued. And in turn, she'll be more open, more trusting, and more connected to you. Think about it. When she's folding your laundry, when she's sharing her concerns, or when she's quietly supporting you. Those are the moments that require your acknowledgement. Don't let pride or laziness keep you from recognizing her. Speak with conviction and authenticity. Those words, "I appreciate you," will resonate deeply within her, transforming the dynamic of your relationship. You'll create a bond based not on empty words, but on genuine admiration. This is where the Stoic life meets love. By changing how you approach these small moments, you align with the wisdom of the Stoics, who understood that the quality of life is determined by the quality of our actions and thoughts. So, don't wait. Don't fall into the trap of thinking she already knows. Say it, mean it, and watch as your relationship transforms into something stronger, more profound. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. When you focus on appreciation, you change your thoughts, and in turn, you change your life. Recognize her, appreciate her, and make her feel seen, because in the end, it is the small, powerful words that leave the deepest marks. 4. I hear you. If you want to truly connect with her on a deeper level, stop saying baby or honey. These words, although meant to express affection, often fall flat when you're genuinely trying to understand and support her. The key to meaningful communication is much simpler and more profound than that, I hear you. This phrase can create a significant shift in how you connect with her, transforming your relationship in ways you might not have thought possible. The problem often lies in the pileup of misunderstandings in relationships, where one or both partners feel disconnected, leading to frustration and emotional distance. You may have seen it, the subtle flicker of disappointment in her eyes when she opens up, only for you to brush it aside, unintentionally sending the message that her words, her feelings, don't matter. Over time, this could lead her to stop sharing as much, thinking her voice no longer holds value. It's a dangerous space to be in. That's where those 3 simple yet powerful words come into play, I hear you. Saying I hear you is not just a polite phrase. It is an active expression of validation, something that is both rare and incredibly valuable in today's fast-paced world. When a woman feels unheard, she begins to feel isolated. Even when she's right next to you, a sense of loneliness can take root, making her think that her feelings are a burden or that her needs are too much. Words like baby or honey can never fill the emptiness that comes from a lack of genuine understanding. But when you say, I hear you, you are offering something infinitely more meaningful than just a placeholder term of endearment. You are offering her the blessing of Stoicism, the power of true presence. To listen to her isn't passive. It requires you to actively step into her emotional world, to pause and momentarily set aside your own thoughts. Imagine this. She comes to you after a difficult day, her eyes tired and her mind weighed down by frustrations. She opens up about her troubles, looking for comfort. In this moment, you have the power to either shut her down with dismissive comments or give her the space she needs to be heard. If you change the subject or downplay her emotions, she might retreat, and that emotional distance grows. But when you look her in the eye and say, I hear you, you are offering more than just words. You are unlocking a door she may have kept closed for fear of being judged or ignored. You show her that her feelings matter just as much as yours and that she doesn't have to fight for your attention. This simple act communicates respect, love, and understanding, and it is something the ancient old Stoics understood well. True connection comes not from controlling or fixing, but from truly being there. Now, don't get confused. I hear you doesn't mean you need to solve her problems or come up with the perfect piece of advice. Sometimes the most profound comfort you can provide is simply your presence. Stoicism in modern life is not about offering endless solutions. It's about showing up, staying present, and demonstrating that someone's emotions are valid simply because they exist. This is not about controlling the narrative or dictating the pace. It's about listening without judgment. It's about offering her the space to feel without feeling the need to fix it all. By saying, I hear you, you allow her to be vulnerable, knowing that her emotions are not a burden. This act of listening shows compassion, care, and the power of true connection, which are all central to the philosophy of Stoicism. In fact, consistent use of these 3 words, I hear you, can gradually transform your relationship. She'll no longer hold back parts of herself out of fear that she'll be misunderstood. She'll trust that her words are heard and valued. This is the foundation for a deeper connection. Relationships aren't built on empty words or well-meaning but hollow phrases. They thrive when both partners are willing to listen with an open heart and a clear mind. Maybe you're thinking, but I don't have all the answers. That's fine. In fact, it's a crucial realization. The old Stoic philosophers taught that the journey itself is just as important as the destination. And in relationships, sometimes the most profound thing you can do is to listen, not to fix, not to judge, just to listen and be present. This act of listening is not weakness, it is strength. It's the courage to lay down your ego, to set aside the desire to fix everything and simply be there. This is where true love flourishes, not in solving problems, but in being present for the person you love, in hearing their truth, and offering them the safe space to be vulnerable without fear of judgment. It's the blessing of Stoicism in action. Understanding that you don't need to always have the answers, but you must always show up with the willingness to hear her, to listen deeply, and to be present. This is how deep connections are built, one moment, one conversation at a time. And if you find today's content very interesting, please give me a word of encouragement by commenting "very interesting" in the comments section. That is a huge motivation for us. Thank you. 5. You make me better. When you tell her, "You make me better," don't just treat it as a casual compliment. This phrase holds profound significance, more than a mere expression of affection. It's an acknowledgement that she plays an essential role in your life, one that doesn't just fill emotional gaps but actively elevates you as a person. Let's face it, in many relationships, we hear phrases like baby or honey tossed around. But let's be honest, those words can sometimes feel hollow. They often lack substance. They sound nice, sure, but what do they really mean? Now when you tell her "you make me better," it's not about flattery. It's about recognizing a deeper impact. Her presence in your life pushes you to become a better version of yourself. Her influence isn't passive, it's powerful. She's not just holding your hand during the hard times. She's challenging you, inspiring you, and driving you to be the best man you can be. That, my friend, is where Stoic lessons come into play. Stoicism teaches us that true fulfillment comes not from comfort or mere survival, but from growth. The Stoic life is rooted in understanding that everything, every experience, every relationship, every obstacle is an opportunity for improvement. When you tell her she makes you better, it's more than a feel-good statement. It's an acknowledgement that her influence is one of active and meaningful change. Don't mistake it for meaningless flattery. Acknowledge that she is part of your journey towards self-improvement. The Stoic life isn't about just accepting life as it comes. It's about striving to be better. It's about rising to challenges. It's about becoming stronger, wiser, and more resilient. That's why telling her "you make me better" isn't just for her. It's for you too. It's for your shared growth and for the partnership you're building together. Real growth means stepping out of your comfort zone. Now, let's get real for a moment. Let's get real, for relationships are more than just emotional comfort zones. If you've ever tried to improve yourself, whether physically, mentally, or emotionally, you know that growth isn't always easy. True growth often means stepping outside your comfort zone. It involves testing your limits and evolving as a person. In fact, it might even feel uncomfortable at times. The right partner doesn't just make you feel good when life gets tough. She pushes you to evolve, to become stronger, more disciplined, more patient. And the truth is, this process goes both ways. You should be encouraging her growth just as much as she encourages yours. The power of the phrase, "you make me better," isn't in its ability to make her smile or feel cherished. Of course, that's part of it. But the real magic lies in recognizing how she actively contributes to your journey of self-improvement. Remember the Stoic lessons you've learned over time. A Stoic life isn't about just coasting along. It's about intentionally striving for continuous growth. It's about becoming the person you were always meant to be. And when she challenges you to reach that ideal, you start to understand how deep and meaningful your connection truly is. This isn't about sweet talk. It's a declaration of respect. Be clear here, this phrase isn't just something you throw out for the sake of keeping things sweet. It's a statement of respect, a recognition that she is playing an active role in the improvement of your life. Telling her, "you make me better," is an acknowledgement that she has made a real, tangible difference in your personal growth. She's not just your partner. She's your mirror, reflecting a version of yourself that is stronger, kinder, and more resilient. That's the beauty of Stoicism. It's not about accepting the status quo, but about constantly striving to be a better version of yourself. Whether through quiet moments of self-reflection or the shared experiences with someone special, every relationship should inspire that growth. Hold on to what matters most. If you are lucky enough to be in a relationship where both you and your partner help each other grow, then cherish that. Don't let it slip away. There's a saying, when you know better, you do better. Well, the same applies to relationships. You know that your growth is no longer just for you. It's for her too. She's helping you become the best man you can be. And in return, you should be helping her become the best version of herself. So, say it often. Tell her, "you make me better." But don't just say it, live it. Show her every day that you're not just saying it to make her feel good. You're showing her that you truly mean it. Every day, in every way. Your life is better because of her influence. This is the true power of the Stoic life, the constant, intentional pursuit of self-improvement. It's about making sure that every day you're showing gratitude for the person who challenges you to be better, who encourages you to rise to your potential, and who ultimately helps you lead a life of purpose. By recognizing the role she plays in your personal evolution, you not only honor her, but you elevate your sense of responsibility toward both yourself and your relationship. In a relationship where growth is mutual, where both partners help each other evolve, you're not just in a partnership, you're in a partnership that is deeply rooted in the powerful lessons of Stoicism. And that, my friend, is what makes a relationship truly remarkable. 6. I trust you. Stop relying on empty, overused terms like baby or honey when speaking to her. These words are nothing but placeholders, hollow and lacking the depth that truly matters. They may offer temporary comfort, but they fail to leave a lasting impact. If you're serious about building a relationship that stands the test of time, you must elevate your language and, with it, your intentions. Words like "I trust you" resonate with profound power. They are not just fleeting compliments, but a declaration of a bond rooted in strength. Trust is the bedrock of any meaningful connection. It's one of the most intimate expressions you can offer. When you say, "I trust you," you are not simply making a statement to her. You're making a solemn commitment to the relationship itself. You are signaling that you believe in her judgment and that you're ready to relinquish a piece of your own peace of mind, knowing she will protect it. Trust is not something easily earned. It is a hard-won victory, built over time with consistent, reliable actions. When you utter those words, you fortify the foundation of your bond, making it stronger with every repetition. But it's not just about saying "I trust you" when everything is going smoothly. True trust is forged in moments of vulnerability, in the middle of life's challenges. Here's where you must tap into the core principles of Stoicism. Stoicism teaches us to embrace vulnerability with strength, to face adversity not by suppressing our emotions but by acknowledging and owning them. You must stand firm in this belief. When you say, "I trust you," it's not just a sentiment, it's a powerful assertion of confidence, a pledge that you believe in her even when circumstances aren't ideal. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius once said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injustice." This same principle applies to relationships. Trust isn't about seeking approval or validation. It's about showing your unwavering belief in her, regardless of external challenges. This is the essence of the Stoic life, to maintain control over your actions, not allowing the unpredictable winds of life to dictate your emotional responses. So, when you say, "I trust you," understand that it is not just about words. It is a proclamation that your trust is unwavering, unshakable. It is a symbol of maturity, wisdom, and strength, an embodiment of what it means to lead a Stoic life. But let's be clear, this statement demands more than words. It demands actions that back it up. Words alone won't carry weight without the right actions to match. Your trust must be visible, lived out daily through your behavior, choices, and the integrity you uphold. Mastery of life comes when your actions align with the words you speak. That's how you create something lasting, by investing time, patience, and consistency into the process of building real trust. "I trust you" is not a throwaway line, a way to fill silence or pacify a moment. It's a declaration of strength and vulnerability, a statement that you believe in her character and the bond you share. When you say this, you're telling her, "No matter what happens, I am all in. My trust in you is absolute." This kind of certainty is magnetic, and she will feel it. She will recognize that you are a man of integrity who leads by example. Someone who understands that trust is not just given but earned, and when it's earned, it becomes a foundation for everything that follows. Let this simple phrase, "I trust you," become your battle cry. Let it echo through the highs and lows of your relationship, reminding both of you of the commitment you've made, of the unshakable bond you're building, rooted in the timeless, unyielding principles of Stoicism. Hey there, thanks for sticking around until the end. Listen, it's not just about the words you say, but the weight and meaning behind them. Instead of relying on casual nicknames like baby or honey, try expressing genuine appreciation with words like, "I appreciate you. I hear you. You inspire me. I'm proud of you. You make me better. And I trust you." These aren't just phrases, they're declarations of respect, admiration, and love. They show you truly see her, value her, and honor her heart. And that's the kind of love that builds trust, respect, and a connection that deepens over time. So my advice to you, don't let the things you truly feel go unspoken. The most powerful words are the honest ones that come straight from the heart. Say them and watch her spirit soar. Embrace these Stoic principles. Recognize that vulnerability is not a weakness, but a strength. Saying "I trust you" is a declaration of your strength and belief in the relationship. And remember, your relationship is built on a foundation of trust that you must demonstrate through your actions, words, and decisions. This is how you create something lasting. Trust is the lifeblood of any relationship, and it's how you master life, by mastering trust. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. How to make any woman obsessed with you. Modern Stoic. The modern Stoic approach to making any woman obsessed with you. Love is not something you find. Love is something that finds you. Loretta Young. If we're being real, many men don't truly understand how female attraction works. They mistakenly believe that buying flowers, sending a good morning text every day, or constantly showering a woman with attention will win her over. The truth is, that's the quickest way to make her lose interest. Women don't become obsessed with men who make themselves too easy to understand. Instead, they are drawn to men who comprehend the deeper psychology of desire. And here's where things get a bit controversial. Attraction isn't about being the nicest guy. It's about triggering certain emotional and psychological responses that make you unforgettable. You may call it manipulation, but the reality is women do it to men all the time, whether they admit it or not. The difference is most men are unaware of these subtle tactics. Women who leave you thinking about them non-stop have mastered the art of psychological influence. They know exactly how to make you chase, how to stay on your mind, and how to keep you emotionally invested. Now, here's the twist. The same principles can be applied by men to trigger attraction in women. And that's what I'm going to show you today. This isn't about tricks or pretending to be someone you're not. It's about understanding the core principles of female psychology. What makes attraction spark, what creates emotional attachment, and how to keep a woman thinking about you when you're not even around. If you're looking for generic be-yourself advice, this isn't it. What we're talking about is embracing a mindset that naturally attracts women to you without having to chase, beg, or overcompensate. So, if you've ever wondered why some men have women hooked without even trying, get ready to discover how they do it, step by step. 1. Stop being too available. Stop making yourself too available. If you want to know how to make any woman obsessed with you, modern Stoic wisdom teaches us that scarcity is key. Men often make the fatal mistake of responding to every call, every text, every request from a woman the moment it arrives. The problem you've just told her. My life revolves around you. Nothing is more unattractive than a man who has nothing else going on in his life. Here's a tough truth. Women are drawn to men who seem to have valuable, limited time. If she knows she can have you whenever she wants, there's no anticipation, no thrill, no mystery. Desire fades when something becomes too easy to obtain. It's the same reason you wouldn't appreciate your favorite meal if it were available all the time. Scarcity creates value. When you're always available, you're not only devaluing yourself, you're taking away the challenge. And let's face it, women, whether they admit it or not, love the chase. They want to earn your attention, not have it handed to them on a silver platter. If you make her work for your time, you increase the chances that she'll value it, and you'll stay on her mind long after you've walked away. This doesn't mean you should ignore her or play petty mind games. It means you need to live a life beyond her. Your friends, your goals, your hobbies, and your responsibilities should come first. By doing so, you avoid the trap of letting her assume she's your number one priority when she hasn't earned that privilege. Take this scenario. You meet a woman you're really into. She sends you a text on Wednesday asking if you're free to hang out that night. Instead of dropping everything and jumping at her beck and call, reply, "Can't tonight. I've got plans. How about Friday?" What just happened here first? you've established that your time is precious. Second, you've created anticipation. Now, instead of immediate gratification, she's waiting for Friday, thinking about you and your time, and valuing it more. The key to making a woman obsess over you is balance. When you're with her, be fully present, but don't let her have access to you whenever she pleases. Attraction thrives in the space between being there and being unavailable. When she has to wonder about you, she begins to miss you. And that's when the desire intensifies. If she starts to feel like she has you locked down with no chance of losing you, she'll begin to take you for granted. It's human nature. When something feels guaranteed and permanent, the effort fades. The hard truth is that attraction lives in the tension between certainty and uncertainty. She needs to feel safe, but she also needs the fear of losing you to spark that desire to keep earning your time and attention. Incorporating the blessing of Stoicism into this approach means understanding that your worth isn't determined by her response. The old Stoic teachings remind us that we must value ourselves and our time before we allow anyone else to value us. When you embody this principle, you naturally project a quiet confidence that women can't resist. So, don't fall into the trap of being constantly available. Let her chase, let her wonder. And in doing so, you'll create the space for her to become obsessed with the very thing you've been building your life, your value, and the privilege of your time. 2. Most men do the opposite. Too many men make the mistake of trying to prove their loyalty to women in ways that actually kill the excitement of a relationship. They go overboard with declarations like, "I'll never leave you no matter what," thinking they're providing reassurance. But all they're doing is robbing the relationship of any mystery or thrill. When you remove all risk, you remove her incentive to stay invested. Here's the truth: real attraction doesn't come from predictability or making promises you can't back up. It comes from knowing your worth, holding yourself to a higher standard, and making it clear through your actions that you won't tolerate being disrespected or treated like an afterthought. This is the essence of the modern Stoic. You must maintain your independence, set boundaries, and live by the blessing of Stoicism, refusing to be anyone's doormat. Don't be afraid to walk away from anything that undervalues you. When she realizes you have options and that your respect cannot be taken for granted, something clicks in her mind. She starts to realize that the stakes are higher than she thought. The fear of losing you, of not having someone who has his own life, his own standards, and his own self-respect, drives her to up her game. This is the opposite of clinging and begging for attention. It's about commanding respect through your actions and choices. For instance, let's say you've been seeing a woman for a few months, and recently she's been flaking out, canceling plans at the last minute because she's busy with friends. Instead of desperately begging her to prioritize you, take the Stoic route. Tell her, "If you're too busy, that's fine, but I'm not interested in a relationship where I'm not a priority." Then walk away. Go live your life. Go out with your friends. Work on your passions and focus on the things that make you happy. The minute she realizes she might lose you, the fear of that loss will kick in. That's the psychological shift that will reignite her investment in the relationship. Attraction isn't built on the idea that you're always going to be there without question. It thrives when there's the risk of losing something valuable if it's not treated with care. The old Stoic understood the power of distance and presence. They knew that by having a strong sense of self and boundaries, they made themselves indispensable. You must embody that same energy. Your value isn't determined by how much you sacrifice to stay in her good graces. It's determined by how much you refuse to tolerate disrespect. Make her work for it. Show her that she has to invest to keep you. That's how you keep the passion alive. 3. Control the pace, not her. In the game of attraction, one of the most critical moves is to control the pace. Men often make the mistake of letting women set the tempo, falling into the trap of texting when she wants, hanging out only when it's convenient for her, and adjusting their entire schedule just to meet her demands. Before they know it, they are fully committed to a relationship without even having the time to assess the true nature of the woman they are dealing with. When you let her dictate the rhythm, you're relinquishing control without realizing it. You're essentially saying, "I'll follow your lead. I'm happy to be here." But that's not how a Stoic life works, nor is it how a man should operate. A Stoic man is intentional, deliberate, and controls his own life. When it comes to relationships, that's exactly what you must do. Control the pace. Women are irresistibly drawn to men who set the tone, those who decide when things progress and who don't rush toward commitment. The Stoic principles that govern a man's life are grounded in patience, self-control, and composure. Think about it. How many times have you seen a guy move too fast, giving her too much attention, planning a future after only a handful of dates, and then watch as she loses interest? It's not that he wasn't a good guy, but he made the fatal error of removing all curiosity. He suffocated the attraction by moving too quickly, erasing the mystery that keeps women engaged. Women want to wonder about you. They want to feel the excitement of the chase, the anticipation of what's next. They need the space to invest in you, to earn your deeper commitment. Control the pace, and you keep the attraction alive. Don't let her rush you into a relationship. You decide when the time is right to take things further. You decide how much of your life she has access to. That doesn't mean you become cold or rigid. It means you are intentional. You set the terms. The pace you set is the pace that keeps both of you invested. It gives her time to miss you, time to think about you, and to long for the next step. It also allows you to evaluate her as much as she is evaluating you. Most men think that rushing will somehow make a woman fall more in love with them. But the truth is, slowing things down makes her invest more. You're not pulling away, you're leading. Leadership is what women respect. Leadership is what they crave. Women want a man who is steady, in control, and who can remain calm and composed even when emotions rise. That's the mark of a true Stoic. So, take a step back. Let the relationship unfold naturally. Don't rush, don't force, don't bend to her schedule. Set the pace and let her wonder about you. You must lead, and in doing so, you will make her want you more. Remember the words of the great Marcus Aurelius. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Keep your thoughts clear, your actions deliberate, and your pace steady. If you found this valuable, don't forget to like, comment below, and share it with someone who could benefit. Also, subscribe for more timeless wisdom on mastering your relationships. Comment to remember, I lead with confidence, and I set the pace. 4. Make her chase your validation. Too many men are playing the game of dating all wrong. They're stuck in the mindset that they have to constantly chase after a woman's approval, bending over backwards to impress her with expensive dates, endless compliments, and favors galore. But here's the painful truth: the moment you start seeking her validation instead of the other way around, you're already setting yourself up for failure. Your value as a man isn't something that she gets to decide. It's something you already possess. Whether or not she recognizes it is her problem, not yours. As soon as you put her on a pedestal and assume the role of the chaser, you lose the very essence that makes you attractive. The unshakable belief that you are worth pursuing. You've probably seen it before, the guy who bends over backwards for a woman who barely lifts a finger. In his mind, he tells himself, if I'm just good enough, she'll want me. But here's the harsh reality that every modern Stoic understands: that's not how it works. In fact, the more you beg for her approval, the more you signal to her that you're not used to being valued. And in turn, she won't feel the urgency to work for your affection. A woman doesn't need to do much when she knows you'll take whatever scraps of attention she gives you. Flip the script. Start living like a modern Stoic. Be the man who expects her to prove her worth to you instead of always proving yours to her. This isn't arrogance. This is self-respect. And self-respect is magnetic. You don't need to hand out your time, your energy, or your validation to just anyone who crosses your path. She must earn it through respect, consistency, and how she treats you. This is the blessing of Stoicism at its finest. It teaches you to value yourself first, above all else. No woman, no matter how beautiful, is entitled to your attention simply because of her looks. In fact, when she realizes you're not easily impressed by her external appearance, she'll be the one working overtime to prove she has more to offer. She'll want to show you that there's more beneath the surface, that she's worthy of your time, your energy, your validation. And that's when the dynamic shifts completely in your favor. Stop being the man who constantly seeks validation and approval. Start being the one who gives approval to the woman who has earned it. And watch her chase after you like you're the prize. That's how you keep her hooked. It's not about playing games, it's about understanding the deep wisdom of the old Stoic tradition and the modern Stoic philosophy that teaches us to recognize our inherent value. Women are drawn to men who are secure in themselves and unapologetic about their standards. When you stop chasing validation and start commanding it, you not only change the way a woman sees you, but you also reclaim your power. Remember, you are already worthy. You must never forget that. 5. Stay a mystery always. The moment a woman believes she has you completely figured out, the excitement starts to wither away. It's just how we're wired as humans. We crave the unknown, the unsolved. This is an absolute truth, and women, they're no different. The men who manage to keep women hooked for years aren't necessarily the ones with the deepest pockets or the sharpest jawlines. They're the ones who have mastered the art of unpredictability. The ones who've learned the blessing of Stoicism in their approach to relationships. It's a fact. Mystery is a magnetic force, an essential ingredient for maintaining desire. But the sad reality is that many men unwittingly ruin their allure by oversharing, thinking it will bring them closer. They reveal their every thought, their every past heartbreak, and even the tiniest detail about their future plans. They believe this transparency will build trust, strengthen the bond. Instead, they're giving away the gift of Stoic lessons, the power of withholding, the power of maintaining control over one's narrative. Listen carefully, transparency does not equal attraction. It might seem counterintuitive, but the truth is that it removes curiosity. If she knows what you're doing every second, where you'll be next, and even what you're going to say before you say it, then what's left for her to discover, what's left for her to yearn for? Be the man who keeps her on her toes. Don't be the open book she reads in a day and puts down on the shelf. When she can predict your every move on your every word, you've stripped the mystery away and with it, her desire. Now, don't mistake this for being secretive or deceptive. Mystery is not about lying or being shady. It's about having layers. It's about revealing yourself slowly, giving her glimpses into who you are, letting her peel back the layers bit by bit. The key is to pace the revelations. It's about letting her discover you over time, rather than unloading your entire life story in one sitting. Imagine this. You're like a novel she wants to read but can't finish in one sitting. She wants to know more, to keep turning the pages. Every new chapter is an exciting discovery. That's the power of mystery. Think about it. When she's constantly intrigued, she invests more of her time and energy into the relationship. She thinks about you when you're not around. She wonders what you're thinking, what you're planning next. The curiosity keeps her coming back, keeps her putting in the effort. She hasn't figured you out yet, and she wants to, needs to. She's driven by that longing to uncover more of you. And guess what? You're the prize she can't stop chasing. Mystery doesn't just make you interesting, it makes you irresistible. It makes you the man she wants to solve, the man whose mind she can never quite read. It's a delicate balance, a dance. Too much openness too soon. You lose that spark. Too little. You'll come off as distant or unapproachable. Find the middle ground. Let her piece together your puzzle, one captivating piece at a time. Don't make her work too hard, but don't make it too easy either. Remember, the most alluring men are the ones who keep their cards close to their chest but still make sure there's enough to keep her intrigued. And here's where the Stoic mindset can make all the difference. Stoicism teaches us the value of control, not over others, but over ourselves. It's about having the discipline to withhold, to maintain a sense of mystery, and to be in full control of our emotions. The Stoic lessons around maintaining emotional distance in relationships don't just apply to our internal peace, they apply directly to attraction. The calm, cool, and collected man is the one who remains in control of his narrative, keeping the mystery alive while still offering enough to pique curiosity. So remember, don't hand her everything on a silver platter. The more she has to work for it, the more valuable she'll consider you. Be the man who leaves her guessing, always wondering what's next. The moment she believes she's solved you, the magic will fade. Stay unpredictable. Keep your thoughts, your plans, your desires somewhere just out of reach. That's how you keep her hooked. Keep her wanting more. Keep her obsessed with the mystery that is you. In relationships, boring is the real enemy, and the last thing you want is to become boring. So, be a mystery. Don't reveal everything too soon. Let her chase. Let her wonder. Keep the puzzle pieces scattered, and let her enjoy putting it together, piece by piece. That's the real power of attraction, the gift of Stoicism, and the art of keeping a woman completely captivated. If you find today's content useful to you, don't forget to share your feelings and lessons with us. Or simply comment, "Very cool." It's a great encouragement for our channel makers. Thank you very much. 6. Develop emotional resilience and control your responses. To master the art of making a woman obsessed with you. The key lies in cultivating emotional resilience and maintaining control over your responses. This is a principle rooted deeply in the Stoic life. A man who is steady, unshaken by emotions, and resolute in his composure is a man who commands respect and admiration. The Stoic principles dictate that we must not be slaves to our emotions, but rather masters of them. When you face any challenge, especially in relationships, how you respond is everything. If you show emotional control, especially during moments of conflict, you demonstrate strength, maturity, and emotional intelligence, qualities that every woman craves. Think about it when disagreements arise. Don't let anger or frustration take the wheel. Instead, you must show the wisdom of a Stoic. When you and your woman have a difference in opinions, be the one to maintain calm. Responding with, "I understand your point of view and I have my own thoughts too." Let's discuss this more to better understand each other shows strength. You're not fighting to win. You're fighting for understanding, for growth, for the relationship. That is the essence of a Stoic life. Finding peace amidst chaos. You must become the calm in the storm, the man who doesn't buckle under pressure. Women are drawn to stability, to security, and to someone who doesn't crumble when life gets tough. When you show you can handle adversity without resorting to anger or rash behavior, you not only show that you are trustworthy, but also that you can lead her through the darkest of times without hesitation. Remember, in times of conflict, your composure speaks louder than your words. A man who has no control over his emotions is a slave to his impulses, said the philosopher Epictetus. Do not be a slave. Be the master of your emotions, and watch how she becomes deeply captivated by your strength and steadiness. The Stoic man who responds with calmness, respect, and logic in the face of adversity will always be admired. The world around you may be chaotic, but you will remain unshaken. This is not just about handling a single argument. This is about creating a pattern of emotional stability that will resonate deeply in all aspects of your relationship. You must be the steady anchor in a world full of storms, and in doing so, you will command her respect and admiration. The more you practice this Stoic approach, the more powerful your relationships will become. Never let emotions control you. Control them, and your relationships will follow. 7. Focus on self-improvement and mastery of your craft. To truly captivate any woman and leave a lasting impression, you must embody a level of mastery and commitment that transcends superficiality. Women are irresistibly drawn to men who are devoted to their own personal growth and the pursuit of excellence in all aspects of life. This isn't merely about professional success. It's about a holistic approach, physical, mental, and spiritual well-being. The blessing of Stoicism lies in its timeless wisdom, teaching us that true strength comes from discipline and constant improvement. As a modern Stoic, you understand that mastery requires consistent effort, not just passive ambition. Whether you're building a business or nurturing a creative passion, it's not enough to only talk about your dreams. You must immerse yourself in self-improvement every single day, pushing your boundaries and learning from those who have walked the path before you. Let's paint the picture. You're juggling a significant project that demands focus, energy, and dedication. You could easily spend your weekend unwinding and taking a break, or you could use that time to fine-tune your craft, learn new skills, or deepen your knowledge. The old Stoic would remind you that growth happens when you choose responsibility over comfort, action over procrastination. When women see this level of commitment to self-improvement, they see more than just a man. They see a force of nature, someone who knows where he's going and isn't afraid of the work it takes to get there. This persistence, this refusal to give up, is magnetic. Women don't want to be with men who settle for mediocrity or lack direction. They desire a partner who is passionate, driven, and always striving to be better. The modern Stoic knows that life is not about waiting for success to come to you. It's about showing up every day, doing the hard work, and continuously pushing forward. This sense of purpose and unwavering dedication is what women find most attractive. It speaks volumes about your character and your ability to handle the challenges life throws your way. A man who invests time in self-improvement doesn't just develop his skills, he cultivates resilience, discipline, and a deep sense of responsibility. The blessing of Stoicism isn't just a philosophical ideal, it's a practical guide to living with honor, purpose, and integrity. It's the foundation upon which you build your legacy and create an environment where women are naturally drawn to your strength of character. In the end, it's simple. If you want to be the kind of man who inspires admiration, respect, and yes, obsession, you must embody these principles. Be relentless in your pursuit of greatness, always striving to improve yourself physically, mentally, and spiritually. And remember, while others talk about their dreams, you'll be the one making them a reality. This is the essence of the modern Stoic, not just talking about self-improvement, but living it every single day. If you want to stand out and attract the right kind of attention, it's time to focus on mastering your craft and improving yourself in every way. Your work ethic, commitment to growth, and passion are what will set you apart. Now, ask yourself, are you ready to take action and never settle for less? Drop this in the comments. I am committed to becoming the best version of myself. No excuses. Let's build a community of driven individuals who never stop improving. 8. Create a sense of challenge without being distant. Relationships thrive on excitement, mystery, and that little spark of challenge. But there's a fine line between keeping things interesting and making her feel abandoned or neglected. This is where the blessing of Stoicism comes in, a mindset that teaches you the art of patience, self-control, and the power of inner peace. You don't have to be at her beck and call 24/7 to keep her attention. Instead, you must learn to master the delicate balance of availability and absence. Let's dive into the Stoic lessons that can help you create that perfect mix of attraction and challenge. Don't be too available. Create a little mystery. It's tempting to always be there when she reaches out, to reply to every message instantly and drop everything to meet up. After all, you want to show her how much you care, right? But that's the problem. Too much availability makes you predictable, and predictability leads to boredom. One of the key lessons from Stoicism is this: don't let your emotions control your actions. In other words, don't rush to reply or always be ready to cater to her needs. A little space, a little mystery, goes a long way. Let's say you've just started talking to her. She shoots you a text in the evening, perhaps about a random thought or asking how your day went. You could reply immediately, giving her your full attention. But do you know what that signals? That you don't have much going on in your life. You're just waiting for her to text you so you can feel validated. But that's not the way to make her obsessed with you. Instead, channel your inner Stoic. Don't rush to respond. Let her wait a little bit, not to punish her, but to let her feel the anticipation. Be busy. Have a life of your own. When you finally do reply, your message should show that you are in demand and that she's lucky to have a moment of your time. For example, "Sorry, I have work to do tonight, but we can talk tomorrow if you'd like." This approach works wonders. It shows that you have priorities and that her attention is a privilege, not a right. Be a challenge without being cold. This is where many men make the mistake of being too distant. You don't want to come across as uninterested or cold. The idea isn't to disappear for days or be emotionally unavailable. The goal is to create just enough space for her to miss you, give her time to think about you, to wonder when you'll next reply, when you'll next reach out. This doesn't mean leaving her in suspense forever or ignoring her messages. Just don't be available all the time. Remember, this is about setting boundaries. And guess what? The Stoic lessons teach us that boundaries are essential for personal growth. If you're constantly available, you're sending the message that your time and energy are limitless. But that's not true. Your time is valuable, and you must learn to protect it. even in the early stages of a relationship. Create anticipation and desire. Here's the thing about attraction. It thrives on desire. When she knows you have a busy, fulfilling life and that your attention isn't a given, she's going to value it more. Don't just be another guy who's always available at the drop of a hat. Instead, position yourself as someone who is interesting, who is not constantly waiting around for her to give you attention. She'll appreciate your time more. And this will, in turn, make her more intrigued by you. This principle is not about playing games or being manipulative. It's about setting yourself apart and valuing yourself enough to give her something to chase. Think about it. Would you rather have someone constantly waiting for your text? Or would you prefer someone who only reaches out when it truly matters? Embrace the blessing of Stoicism. The blessing of Stoicism is that it helps you develop emotional resilience. Instead of being led by impulses or emotional reactions, Stoicism teaches you to control your responses and actions. In this case, it's about controlling how available you are. When you embrace the Stoic mindset, you're not only making her desire you more, but you're also ensuring that you never lose your sense of self-worth. You don't need her validation to feel good about yourself. This is the essence of Stoicism, knowing that you are enough regardless of someone else's attention. Don't forget the power of patience. The greatest Stoic lesson of all is patience. Relationships require time to grow and flourish. Don't rush things. Let them unfold naturally. When you create a little distance, you allow room for the relationship to build tension, anticipation, and desire. You don't need to constantly text or meet up to keep the excitement alive. Instead, make every interaction count. Be intentional, be present, and leave her wanting more. In the end, the most attractive men are those who know their worth and never act desperate for validation. They understand that the relationship is not about seeking constant affirmation, but about creating a space where both individuals can thrive and grow. This is where Stoicism becomes invaluable. It teaches you that self-control is key in building a deep, lasting connection. By embracing patience, you're not only allowing the relationship to develop at a natural pace, but you're also giving her the space she needs to invest emotionally. This is often overlooked in the fast-paced world of instant messaging and social media. But the truth is, the best relationships are those that evolve slowly, where both partners feel a sense of mutual respect and attraction that isn't rushed or forced. 9. Embody the traits of a modern Stoic. Lead by example, not by words. To truly master life, you must embody the Stoic way of living. It's not enough to simply know the Stoic principles, or even just practice them in your own life. You must lead by example. Words are easy, but actions show the world who you really are. Think about it. When a tough situation arises, like a challenge at work, you have a choice. You can either lash out and let frustration take over, or you can maintain control, stay calm, and approach the problem logically. The Stoic man doesn't react out of anger or emotion. He approaches everything with patience and composure. When you do this, you become the role model, showing not just women but everyone around you the power of inner strength and self-control. Take a moment to reflect. If a colleague is falling behind, instead of publicly criticizing them, step forward with a solution-focused mindset. Say, "I've noticed we're falling behind. How can we work together to improve this?" You're showing leadership, patience, and maturity. It's not just about solving the problem, it's about how you solve it. Women will take notice of your ability to stay calm under pressure, your resilience, and your respect for others. They'll see someone who doesn't need to shout to be heard. They'll see someone who can solve problems without causing more chaos. This makes you not only a trusted figure in their eyes, but also someone they admire for your self-respect and strength. The Stoic life demands resilience in the face of adversity. The greater the difficulty, the more glory in surmounting it, as Epicurus once said. This is what attracts others, especially women. A man who stands tall in the face of challenges and doesn't lose his composure. You must become the embodiment of strength, patience, and wisdom. Women crave stability, trust, and someone who can be counted on when things get tough. The Stoic virtues you practice are what make you irresistible, not just to women but to everyone. So lead by example. Live the Stoic principles every day, and watch how life starts to bend in your favor. You don't have to chase after anyone. Be the man who can handle everything calmly and wisely, and you will find that women will be drawn to you, not because of what you say, but because of who you are. Remember, a fool is one who has no control over his emotions, as the Stoics taught. Be the master of yourself, and the world will respect you. All right, that's it for today. I hope this video gave you some valuable insights and shook up your perspective a little. The reality is, attraction is constantly shifting, and it's crucial to understand that if you want to keep a strong connection, it's not about manipulation, it's about being aware and taking control of your own actions. So here's my advice. Focus on being the best version of yourself, not just to impress others, but because you deserve it. Take responsibility for the energy you bring into relationships, and don't be afraid to walk away if you see things fading. And hey, remember, this channel is more than just me talking at you. Drop your experiences in the comments below. I'd love to hear when you first realized someone was losing interest and how you handled it. I'll personally reply to as many of you as I can. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell so you'll be the first to hear about the next video. Trust me, you won't want to miss the next one. Catch you in the next one.